This is Jane Russell in 2011, just days before her passing. She's 89 years old, here calm, serene, almost glowing with peace. Now, look at this other photo. It's 1943, she's 22. That famous hay scene from The Outlaw? Every man in America couldn't look away. The censors were furious. And Howard Hughes, he'd just turned her into the most talked about woman in Hollywood. But what really happened between that young pinup girl and this final, quiet photo? The truth is far more complicated than you think. In 1941, Jane Russell was a nobody, a small-town receptionist who modeled on the side just to make ends meet. Then came Howard Hughes, a man obsessed with building stars. He was making a Western and wanted a woman with, as he put it, real curves. Then he saw Jane. She was only 19. He offered her a 7-year contract and she signed it, completely unaware of the whirlwind about to consume her life. When Hughes began filming The Outlaw, it was supposed to tell the story of Billy the Kid, but that wasn't what Hughes cared about. He wanted attention, scandal, headlines. Look at this image from the set. Jane, lying in hay, dressed in a revealing blouse. Hughes personally designed that top, even engineered a special bra to amplify her figure. Then he photographed her endlessly, turning her body into his marketing tool. Her chest became the centerpiece of an entire advertising campaign when the film hit the censors in 1943. All hell broke loose. The Production Code Administration demanded major cuts. Hughes refused. Instead, he shelved the movie for 3 years and then re-released it with enormous billboards plastered across the country. Jane Russell, half reclined in hay, with the tagline, "Mean, Moody, Magnificent." Churches protested. Cities banned it. Audiences lined up anyway. Hughes didn't need to pay for publicity. Outrage did the job for him. Here's the part few ever mention. Jane barely made any money. Despite all that fame, she was earning just $50 a week. Her image, her likeness, her name, Hughes owned them all. During World War II, millions of G's hung her pinup photo in their barracks, dreaming of the woman who'd never see a dime from their devotion. She was trapped. Every role, every appearance, every move, Hughes dictated it all. Finally, in 1952, she got a real chance to prove herself. Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, alongside Marilyn Monroe. Two icons, side by side. Both glamorous, both victims of the same Hollywood machine. But Jane had something more. She could actually act, sing, and dance. Critics noticed her talent, yet the industry didn't care. To them, she was still just the body from The Outlaw, the sex symbol they'd built and refused to let evolve. Her personal life told another story. Jane married her high school sweetheart, football star Bob Waterfield. They were together for 2 decades and adopted 3 children since she couldn't have any of her own. That part of her life was deeply private, sacred even. After the divorce, she married twice more, though neither marriage lasted. Her faith grew stronger. She turned to religion and poured her heart into a cause that truly mattered. She founded WAIF, an organization that helped thousands of children find loving homes. To Jane, that was more meaningful than anything she'd ever done on screen. By the 1970s, the offers dried up. Hollywood had moved on. At 50, she was too old for the pinup image, but too young for the character parts reserved for aging actresses. So, she stepped away with grace. She did some dinner theater, occasional TV appearances, and charity events. But mostly she just lived. No scandals. No desperate attempts at fame. Just a quiet, grounded life. In her later years, Jane found peace. Photos show her at home in Arizona, later in California, surrounded by friends, family, and faith. No bitterness. No resentment. She'd made peace with the past, with Howard Hughes, with Hollywood, with the world that once defined her by her body. On February 28, 2011, she passed away from respiratory failure. She was 89, surrounded by those who loved her. What's heartbreaking about Jane Russell's story is how a man's obsession made her famous by selling her body to the world. Those billboards, those posters, that engineered broad, they built a myth that eclipsed the woman she really was. Because behind the fantasy, Jane was a talented performer, a kind-hearted humanitarian, and a devoted mother who changed countless lives through adoption. But when she died, what did the headlines say? Sex symbol Jane Russell dies at 89, even in death. She was still the image Hughes created, the fantasy outlasting the flesh and blood. Woman, take one last look at those 2 photos. The young woman in the hay at 22, sold as a symbol. The graceful woman at 89 who lived with dignity and purpose. Between them lies a lifetime of strength, resilience, and grace. Hollywood only saw the image, but Jane gave them both, the illusion and the soul behind it. That's the untold story. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed uncovering the real story behind the legend, give this video a thumbs up, drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more untold Hollywood stories. Your support helps keep these powerful histories alive.